You hatch underground in spring and immediately discover that your body designer had one idea and refused to stop. Legs. 8 of them. Ridiculously long, thin legs attached to a body barely larger than a seed. You look like a spider stretched in Photoshop. There is just one problem. You are not a spider. You cannot make silk. You cannot build a web. You have no venom. And while actual spiders have several pairs of eyes, you mostly have 2 simple ones that are far better at noticing light than explaining what is standing in front of you. So congratulations. You have entered the world looking terrifying while being equipped like a nervous walking raisin. Luckily, your second pair of legs works almost like antennae. As you move through wet leaves, you wave them ahead of you, touching the ground, plants, food, and anything that might suddenly become a problem. Which is most things. You are only a tiny nymph, but you already look like a miniature adult. No parent is waiting nearby. Your mother placed her eggs in damp soil and left. Now you climb into the vegetation with one basic objective: grow without being eaten. Your first meal is not glamorous. A dead insect will do. So will something small enough to catch, a bit of fungus, or other edible material on the forest floor. Unlike a spider, you can swallow little solid pieces of food. Useful because you are not exactly built to dominate anything. A spider has fangs. You have tiny mouth parts and confidence. Then something touches one of your legs. You freeze. A frog? A bird? A spider? You cannot get a good look because your visual department received almost none of the budget. Your sensory legs sweep the air and confirm the bad news. Something is coming. You run. Those ridiculous legs finally make sense. They carry your tiny body above the messy forest floor, stepping over obstacles that would be walls to something your size. For several seconds, you are doing surprisingly well. Then something grabs your rear leg. There is no time to fight, no venom to inject, no web to throw. So you abandon the leg. It separates from your body and keeps kicking on the ground by itself. The predator stops. You do not. A detached harvestman leg can keep twitching for minutes, holding attention while you escape. Excellent survival trick. Tiny problem. That leg is gone forever. You cannot grow it back. You started life with 8. Now you have 7, and somewhere behind you, one of your body parts is still dancing without you. Growing creates another problem. Your outer skeleton does not stretch. Several times before adulthood, you have to hang somewhere secure and pull your entire body out of the old shell. The body comes free first. The legs are the nightmare. Each absurdly long limb has to slide out without getting trapped. You twist, pull, and sometimes use your mouth parts to help free them. For a creature whose entire brand is mostly legs, molting feels like removing 8 wet drinking straws from 8 smaller drinking straws while hanging above the ground. Eventually, the final leg comes free. You are larger, softer, and temporarily even easier to eat. So you hide until the new outer layer hardens, then return to searching for tiny insects and leftovers in the dark. By summer, you have done this again and again. Most harvestmen pass through about 6 juvenile molts before adulthood. Somehow, you still have most of your legs. That counts as success. Night is safer. Your sensory legs tap ahead while your body follows behind. You find a small insect and grab it. Finally, fresh food. Then a spider appears. This feels particularly insulting because humans constantly confuse you with one. The spider has silk. The spider has venom. The spider has proper predatory equipment. You have smell. Near the front of your body are defensive scent glands. When disturbed, you can release chemicals that make you much less appealing to certain predators. Your emergency weapon is becoming disgusting. You release the secretion. The attacker hesitates. You sprint away on your remaining stilts. Beautiful? No. Effective? Sometimes. And if that fails, you can still sacrifice another leg. Please stop counting. As late summer arrives, more harvestmen appear in sheltered places, sometimes resting close together. A whole mass of tangled legs can reduce the chance that one individual becomes the target, and defensive secretions make the group even less inviting. There is only one problem. You have to walk through it. Every direction is legs. Your legs, their legs, sensory legs checking other sensory legs. For several minutes, nobody seems to know where one daddy longlegs ends and another begins. Then you notice a female. You are an adult male now, and your genes have added a new task. Convince her that you are worth mating with. Courtship is not exactly candlelight and violin music. You approach carefully, touch her with your long legs, and try not to get rejected. In some long-legged harvestmen, males can also offer a nutritious secretion during mating, essentially a tiny nuptial gift. At last, nature has given you a dating strategy: snacks. The female accepts you. For a brief moment, being a daddy longlegs does not completely suck. Then she leaves, and you are once again alone in a forest where nearly everything larger than you can ruin your evening. Autumn arrives. This is where the name harvestman comes from. Adults of many familiar species become especially noticeable around harvest season. You are now at your largest, but large is doing a lot of work here. Your body is still only a few millimeters long. The giant silhouette is almost entirely legs. Cold nights begin. Your movements slow. Food becomes harder to find. The female will place eggs in moist soil. In many temperate species, those eggs can wait through winter for spring. You probably cannot. Most familiar harvestmen live roughly a year. One cold night, you crawl beneath a layer of leaves. Your remaining sensory leg feels slowly through the darkness ahead. Then even that movement begins to stop. Nearby, under the soil, the next generation is already waiting. Tiny bodies. 8 enormous legs, and not a single spare.